Hey guys, how the heck are you? Happy fall, it is here. I am sweating to my death in this sweater, but we're going to pretend that it's crisp, seasonal outside. Today I'm going to be talking about like let me count, 7 of the products that I have not been able to put down this month. Some of them are products I just started using like in the last week, and some of them are products I started using at the beginning of the month that I really have just learned to love and implement in my everyday routine. I'm going to begin with some palettes. The first one is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 3. This is quite the splurge, but honestly, these little lighting edits are always worth it because the powders in here are great quality, and although they're a little bit smaller than Hourglass's normal size, I feel like they really last such a long time. The reason I love this so much is because all of the powders in here are very buildable and very subtle, so it's my perfect like everyday go-to palette, because in my day-to-day I don't really cake it on or go for anything super intense. I just like to look made up. I don't like to look super carved out or anything, so for everyday use this is so perfect. It has 2 highlighters, a matte highlighting shade, a bronzer, and 2 different blushes, so you have options here. I like to kind of mix everything around when I use it just to kind of add a little bit of dimension so that not every look is the same. Overall though, absolutely can't put this down. The Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, I was so pleasantly surprised by this. Literally all of the other Too Faced palettes I own, which is quite a number because I can never stop myself, are all pretty dry. All of the browns, for the most part, really tend to like blend themselves away when you blend them out. I feel like the only excellent one I own is the Chocolate Bonbons palette. It's all cool tones and all browns, and all of the browns in that palette are phenomenal. Anyway, rambling unnecessarily. This palette, although a little bit dry, has much more of a creamy vibe to it. These shades blend out so prettily, so easily. They have a very blend yourself out vibe. Like I don't have to sit there working the shadow out or trying to shape it to be even on both eyes. The shadows really just perform well enough to where you can kind of slap them on and go out the door. Obviously the tones in here are very on trend, very flattering on a lot of different skin tones. Smells really good. The smell is very strong, but doesn't irritate me. Why are all of these palettes so metallic? It's like strategy trying to hold them up without it blinding you guys. Tartelette Toasted palette, I just received a few days ago from Tarte, and I used it the day I got it and have not been able to put it down. I feel like it's the more dimensional sister cousin of the Urban Decay Naked. Why am I having this brain fart in this moment? Naked Heat palette. Tones are nearly identical, but there's a lot more lighter shades and a few more warm terracotta-y colors rather than a bunch of reds, so I feel like it's a bit more dimensional. The formula though, very consistent with all of Tarte's palette formulas. Very soft, very creamy feeling, like very heavy, nice eyeshadows. I feel like Tarte makes some of the best mattes, so I was really excited when I popped this open to see that there was a nice diverse range of mattes. Sometimes in palettes there's only like 3 mattes and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? The metallics also, for the most part, very smooth, very wet looking. The only one that is more glittery or chunky is the shade Candle over here, which is like a white gold. It looks really pretty though. It adds a lot of nice texture to the lids. It doesn't look chunky in a dry or flaky way. Moving into some body/face products. If you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, then you have been on this ride with me on how to fix my skin. So very briefly, gonna brief you briefly. I have celiac disease, which is an immune disease, and it causes a lot of skin problems for me. Usually it's digestive. For me, it's only skin. So a lot of times with makeup, I tend to get like hives or dermatitis or something similar just because my skin's like, whoa, there's something in here we can't deal with. But I noticed recently, I tried out a lot of liquid foundations in a row, and I had so many closed comedones, however you would like to pronounce it, on my face, and it was just like to the point where when I was wearing highlighter or anything slightly illuminating, all I could see was texture, and I was like, help me Jesus. So I had been debating between the Sunday Riley UFO oil or the Pixie Beauty Glow Tonic. Read so many borderline horrifying and then yet oddly the most positive reviews on the Sunday Riley, so I was too scared to try it, so I went in with the Pixie Glow Tonic. These are the little, where's the fucking label? Glow Tonic to-go pads. They have 5% glycolic acid and aloe vera. I have noticed such a difference in my skin literally immediately. Like after the first night of using these, the texture on my face was down by at least like 70% overall, and now it's like completely gone, and all I'm left with is dark spots everywhere, which these are also helping to fade. Honestly, I have never used like a skin clearing product that is this effective. This is quite a splurge for a drugstore product. I believe, I don't know how much these are, but the actual tonic is $24, but I feel like it's so worth it. My skin is so sensitive, so allergic and reactive to literally 99% of things, especially skincare, but this really has just impressed me, and I feel so relieved that I finally have like a treatment that I can use that doesn't give me hives or any sort of reaction. Glossier recently came out with a body care line. It is the Body Hero range. It has like a cleansing body oil, which I like, but I noticed shockingly that it was making me itch and break out in hives all over my body. But the Body Hero Daily Perfecting Cream is something I've been using every day and not having any issues with. This cream is so nice. So it's a white color with a pearly iridescence in it. It doesn't have like any sort of like gray cast on the skin. If you go to their website, or if you happen to be in LA or New York, you will see the billboards feature a lot of different skin tones, and it looks so good on everyone. It gives you that perfect glow from within look without feeling greasy or heavy or wet throughout the day. It really dries down, makes your skin feel super soft. It also smells so good. It smells like just pure neroli oil, which is like an orange peel scent, but it's not so strong that it interferes with the other scents you may wear on your body. I just really could rave about it all day, and I've noticed a nice difference in my skin, especially my elbows, which are usually so dry and like flaky. Lastly, I have two lip products. The first one is, I feel like the most redundant thing because I've been using it all over the place, but it is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I love this. In my video where I tried out her collection, this was like the one thing that actually lasted like a full 8 hours. Looked a little crazy because I wore lip liner under it, but my lips were still reflective at the end of 8 hours. It's so lightweight and like silky feeling on the lips. It does move around a little bit throughout the day, but so much less than I was expecting given the really slick formula that it has. The color is also perfect. I have not seen this look bad on anyone. I feel like it's the new It gloss. It's like the It girl of glosses. Goes with every single look. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. And lastly, MAC Nikki's Nude. This is like one of the prettiest lip colors that I currently have in my collection. I would say it's like the absolute perfect pink because I can't even hold my whole face. I can't hold my hand. It has a really nice streak of peach in it. It's very warm. It's very mid-tone. It's not too light, not too dark. It doesn't seem to have like a lot of white in it where it's gonna look gray on anyone who's darker, and it's not gonna look vampy on anyone who's super pale. The cat is shitting right now. Of course he would. The formula has a nice healthy sheen to it. It's also very buildable. So it's not sheer, but one layer is, I would say, like moderately sheer. It's like a medium coverage lipstick, if that makes sense. It reminds me of like a medium coverage foundation, but on the lips. It feathers out really prettily because of that, but when you build it builds up to be such a nice like semi-gloss that looks really healthy, really pretty, and really falls into those more hydrated / glossy lip trends that we've been seeing. And with that, today's video is complete. Really hope you guys enjoyed this, found it helpful. Let me know your favorite products of the month in the, not the down bar, in the comments below, because I'd love to see your guys' recommendations, pick some up, try them out, the whole nine. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed already, feel free to go ahead and do so. But yeah, we'll talk again in my next video.